This week's episode is our first short film, and it is a real treat, guys. Welcome back! This week's pick is our shortest film yet, an 8-minute gem that you should absolutely be putting on your radar. But first, this week is going to be just a short episode. Alex and I are preparing for vendor season, and this upcoming Sunday, it's actually our first event of the year, a flea market. It's our second time doing this specific flea market, and we're opening our shop to more than just handmade items. We are trying to do it like half curated thrift store, half handmade goods, and I think it's gonna be really cool. I think it's gonna be a really cool vibe. I am so excited to just be out of the winter blues and into, summer goodness. So it's actually a fun fact, it's actually the year of the horse, and last year it was the year of the snake. And in Chinese astrology, the year of the snake kind of means we are shedding our skin, we are shedding the bad, the negative, we are shedding the things that do not bring us good anymore. And we are now in the year of the horse, which means we are taking off. We are full steam ahead. We are running that marathon. We are getting things done this year. And I feel so optimistic. Okay, on to today's short. Roger is a Serial Killer from 2024, directed by Dawn Swano. A podcaster implicates her stepfather in a series of unsolved murders, which makes for a compelling show, but an awkward family reunion. I actually thought with Undertone coming to VOD, it would be cool to recommend a podcast adjacent film. This is a short film. And also I will recommend Monolith. It's also a really cool podcast horror. But back to this one. This stars two lovely ladies that I am so happy to spotlight today. Firstly, Barbara Crampton. I feel like I don't need any introduction for her. Her name is synonymous with horror, the mother of 80s cheese. This also stars Sarah Paxton, who I loved so much growing up in Darcy's Wildlife. Oh my god, do you guys remember that show? It had a hold on me. The theme song, "This girl Darcy wants to have fun. She was feeling fine and having a good time, hanging out on the scene, mom on the big screen." Oh my god, such a good show, okay? That just came flooding back to me. I was obsessed with her. Anyways, her husband is Zach Kreger, and she has some pretty notable horror credits herself. How cool. I feel like Zach's Resident Evil is going to put a new twist on the series. I have heard comparisons to Fury Road, which is exciting because on an episode of Urn Full of Popcorn, Timmy Williams and Shandy Sullivan's podcast, they had Zach on, and he said that if he could have a hand in any series, it would be something in the Fury Road universe. So I think it's cool as hell because he is a video game guy. Alex and I are so deep in the Whitest Kids You Know universe, the streams. We've watched every single one of their streams. We are trying to catch up on, we're trying to pick apart Zach's Easter eggs for what he could be working on. This sounds so crazy, but he shared his screen on one of the streams and he moved his box away where his face was, and it revealed his screen where it said henchman, and that seems to be something in the Batman universe that he's working on as far as I can tell. But on that podcast, on Urn Full of Popcorn, he said that if he could have a hand in any series, it would be the Fury Road universe. So I think it's cool that he's doing something that he likes video games, possibly in the style of something he wanted to do, potentially the Fury Road universe. I just hope it's fast paced and violent and full of action, like a cool original Resident Evil film. Who said that we can't just make original ideas? You know, we don't have to franchise every single thing. Oh my goodness, this episode is going to be long because I cannot help a tangent today. I digress. This short film, Roger is a serial killer. Roger is actually played by a man, Mark Reeb, who actually passed away before this short even released. It's really sad. I hope he rests easy, but he was in a bunch of indie films, a couple that like are on lists that I've recommended. It's always sad when you lose like a member of the horror community, any community really. But like I mentioned, the short centers on a true crime podcaster played by Sarah Paxton, who becomes convinced her stepfather might be a serial killer and naturally decides to turn that suspicion into content. The spiral is a mix of family tension, personal and familial paranoia. It's a dark comedy, especially as she starts publicly implicating him in unsolved murders. The whole thing plays kind of like a satire of true crime obsession, podcast culture, which the irony, lol, and the feeling like what if the murderer is someone close to you, you know? I think of the Golden State Killer sometimes, and I know it wasn't like fully related, but it's like how Michelle McNamara was tracking that guy down, you know, like she was on his ass, and then she tragically passed away. And then Patton Oswalt kind of continued her legacy with that, and the book came out. What's it called? I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I don't know. It's just like it's the idea of true crime hitting close to home. This short also has a Christmassy background. It's definitely a great juxtaposition with the whole true crime atmosphere bouncing off of a cozy Christmas setting. As Fangoria puts it, the film leans into how going home for the holidays already feels like a horror, and it just pushes it into kind of an absurdist extreme. The mother-daughter dynamic, though, with Sarah and Barbara, the tonal balance between comedy and horror throughout, it's all just so good. This is a really well done short. It almost plays like a skit, but it is a short film. You can log it on Letterboxd. I don't want to spoil it entirely for you. I'll leave the link down below somewhere so you can go ahead and pop over and watch it on YouTube yourself. I just wanted to talk about how silly and fun this little short is. There's great performances. It's a really well shot short film with very funny bits. I really do recommend it. This is the kind of horror that I always find the most effective. Short and sweet. The kind that doesn't need monsters. People hitting close to home is, you know, the core of it. Awkward, a little obsessive, slightly unhinged people. Because that's where things do get a little close to home. Roger is a serial killer isn't really asking us whether he's guilty or not. It's asking what happens when we want someone to be. When true crime stops being about justice and starts being about content. The line between curiosity and exploitation gets extremely blurry, and maybe that is the real horror here. So, if you've seen Roger as a serial killer, let me know what you thought. Go ahead and check it out if you haven't seen it already. Do you think Roger was actually guilty? Or was this all just true crime brain rot? And in saying all of that, thank you so much for spending another week here with me, for listening, and especially for being weird. I will talk to you in the next episode. Sayonara, suckers.